I wanted to study abroad because I really wanted to have a different outlook on the education system. Education in Europe is a lot different than at Notre Dame. And this way I got to experience that system and do a lot more in-depth research and personal initiative study.
I wanted to study abroad mostly to get a different cultural experience, and because of my medieval studies major, I wanted to be able to live somewhere that I could be hands-on with medieval studies.
I think one of the most rewarding parts was really meeting people from all the different cultures. I made friends from different countries, from as close as Canada to South Africa, Germany, Austria, Portugal. And it was really just rewarding to meet all those different people and see how their education systems and their just way of life was similar but also different from ours.
My most rewarding experience was probably playing women's rugby in St. Andrews because I made so many friends. I learned a new sport. I got to travel around Scotland with the team, and it was a lot of fun.
Notre Dame had sponsored a trip for us through some medieval sites in northern England, and it was really nice to see the places that we were learning about and the things that we were talking about in class firsthand.
I took Culture and Society in Renaissance Scotland, International Finance, and Monetary Policy, so I did half medieval studies, half finance, and the classes in general are more discussion-based. You spend a lot less time in class, a lot more time working on your own, reading books. I actually had to write essays for my finance classes, and which is very weird. And the biggest difference, besides less teacher-student participation and lecture, is that 70% of your grade is based on your final. So it's really cram time in the last couple of weeks.
And they were much different than classes from Notre Dame. They were a similar level of academic vigor, I guess one would say, but they differed because it was very much personal initiative. The professor would assign an entire list of books for the week, and you just picked one and read it, and then you had to come to class and discuss. The professor did very little lecturing.
I loved living in St. Andrews because it's a very welcoming and safe community. It's a vibrant community that's also a medieval town. It used to be the ecclesiastical center of Scotland, and my focus is on theology. I'd go to my Scottish history class, and he'd tell us, go down the street and look at this. It was amazing.
I loved living in St. Andrews. St. Andrews is a beautiful town right on the North Sea, and just temperate climate, beautiful weather. But other than that, the lifestyle is so nice there. It's very relaxed. There is a lot of free time to be able to enjoy the entire breadth of experience in Scotland.
I traveled all through Scotland, England, and Ireland, and to Paris and Rome.
While I was abroad, I traveled to southern England, and then from there I went on a trip with some friends that I met to Paris, and we spent a few days in Paris, and then we took the train down to Nice, which is in the south of France, and Monaco. From there we went to Venice, and then Salzburg and Prague. So I got to travel all throughout Europe, and it was just a great experience.
I loved it. They were amazing. I'm a history nerd, so I loved big cities like London and Rome, and I've never really studied Paris, so I probably enjoyed myself the most there. But I loved it. I met other Notre Dame students to travel, so.
The St. Andrews program is a great program. It really helped me become a better historian, a better researcher, but also St. Andrews does a lot to help make international students feel welcome. There's a large international base, and there's also a lot of American students who are full-time students at St. Andrews.
It was absolutely wonderful. I had probably the best time of my entire college experience. It was so much fun. It's a bit of an adjustment, but I liked it because you're living with St. Andrews students rather than a satellite type campus.
Community is a lot different at St. Andrews than at Notre Dame, but there still is a very vigorous community. The town is comprised largely of students or faculty members at St. Andrews. It's a very small town, and so you have that feeling of a community. However, it is different from Notre Dame in that there's not a strong dorm life, there's not a strong connection to a central unit in that way, but there still is a very deep connection between people at St. Andrews, and some of the friendships that I developed there are as strong as friendships I developed in dorm here.
The sense of community is wonderful but very different. Whereas we have a really tight dorm structure, they have academic families. So older students adopt younger students and do a variety of activities. They throw parties for them, they make you go to different school events. So you definitely get integrated, but it's just very different from Notre Dame's dorm life.
I would say that the best part about studying abroad is really experiencing a different culture and seeing another part of the world that I may never have a chance to see ever again.
My #1 selling point for studying abroad is that I love Notre Dame, but my semester at St. Andrews has been the highlight of college so far, and I'm a senior, so.